What's going on, guys? I'm Mike Berlin. You are watching Wild Fed Family, and I just shot my first deer of the year. So I'm telling you all of this right off the bat because it was complete chaos. I got home from work, I went and I checked the camera and it had 1% battery, and the SD card was still plugged into the computer. And I said, well, whatever, I got a couple hours of sunlight, I'll sneak out, and I have a blind that's about 200 yards behind the house. Well, 30 minutes into sitting, I got a healthy doe that comes in and I slung an arrow. But I have one complication. When I shot, I heard the arrow whistling, which told me that the mechanical blades opened up in the air a little bit sooner than they should have. They should open up as soon as they punch through the animal. Well, that changed the trajectory of that shot, and based off the looks on my arrow and the smell of it, it hit a little bit far back. So I've been letting this girl sit. She was a mature, healthy doe, and I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit more. You can see my trusty steed in the back. She's already got her nose to the ground and she's sniffing back that way, and she knows about exactly what's gonna happen. So we're gonna hit the woods in a couple minutes and see if we can't find her. You ready to go find me a deer, Sadie? All right, to the woods we go. See that nose? Right here is where I shot her. Good girl, Sadie. Turn it up. Turn it up. Got some thick stuff right here. That's a good dog. That's a good nose. That is a great nose, Sadie. That's a good girl. Oh, man, what a relief. Alright, y'all. That was a 10-minute track, and we found her. Sadie, that's a good girl. That's a good dog. That's the first deer of the year. Good pup. Every now and then you can beat a deer's nose, but the deer can't beat a dog's nose. So now that I found her, I've marked her on onX, and I'm gonna come out here with a four-wheeler, toss her on there, bring her back to the house. And it's really been about an hour since I let an arrow fly. So yeah. Pretty quick. So if you happen to watch my squirrel hunting video, you would see Sadie in that one too. And like I said in that video, she is a hunting machine, and doesn't matter what it is, upland, dove, tracking deer. I mean, this dog can do it all. And I'm just super impressed with her. Really glad that I have her. And yeah, she's priceless. Well, she's down. Got the four-wheeler here. I'm gonna drag her back and get her hanging so I can clean her out. So, for those of you who are thinking that is a small deer, well, it's because it is. Here in Georgia, the average doe is probably anywhere from 110 to 120 pounds. To put it into perspective, the largest one I've killed is 27.3 pounds. Now, this doe, I can put a scale on her, but looking at her, picking her up, I'd say she's about 110 to 115. Largest buck I've ever killed was 14, about Thanksgiving time. I think my turkey just wiped out. Largest buck I've ever killed was around Thanksgiving time last time. 14 point, he was 176 pounds. So the deer are small bodied around here, but they are very prevalent, and population is great. So we get to harvest a bunch of them. So now that I got her hung up, I just want to go ahead and get her cleaned out. YouTube, Facebook, the platforms that I put these videos on are not very fond of all of that process. Let me just put it that way. So what I'm gonna do is, when I get done cleaning her out, I'm gonna bring her up to the garage, put her in the walk-in cooler, and yes, walk-in cooler, I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about that. All right, so I'm gonna very briefly go over this walk-in cooler. So right behind me, this is a 5x5 wall that I framed out in the corner of my garage. I have a window unit, and on the inside, it is run by a CoolBot cooler. And this, just with the window unit and this controller, will get this room down to 34 degrees. So I like to hold my deer right around 36 degrees, let them hang for anywhere from 10 to 14 days. And yes, I do leave the hide on. The reason I leave the hide on is so that the outer shell of that deer does not dehydrate. So yes, it does cool down faster if you take the hide off, but what you're looking for is the thickest part of that deer to be at 40 degrees within 12 to 24 hours. Usually within 12 hours, my femur is at 40 degrees. Does not make a difference. I leave the hide on. Everything stays hydrated on the outside, and I do not have to trim off bark when I go to process my deer. So if you're doing just a 2 to 4 day hang, yes, you can go ahead and skin it, but it's not gonna give you the quality of a 10 to 14 day hang. The natural process and the enzyme breakdown of that meat gives you much better flavor. It also reduces the moisture, so that whenever you open your packs of meat, you're not just dumping out blood, taking out the meat. It's just higher quality product. So the deer's in the cooler chilling down, and I need to go in the house and do the same thing. I have worn myself out tonight, so I have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, get to work, and yeah, that's all I got in me. But all I gotta say is thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for subscribing. But I got some videos coming up, and that is because I have a heart and I have a liver sitting over there, and I'm gonna make something really good. So, yeah, stay tuned, but I'll see you on the next one. Later.